Hello everybody, and thanks for checking out my review. Today I'll be reviewing the Tissot T-Touch Solar Connect. This is going to be a thorough, detailed review to walk you through the setting everything up, walking you through all the settings and modes in full detail. I'll also be doing a short review with unboxing and a quick walkthrough, so click on the eye on the top right of the screen for a link to that video. Now before I get into it, if you like this review, please click the thumbs up and the logo on the bottom right hand of the screen to subscribe. Click the bell for notifications of future reviews, and feel free to leave any questions or feedback in the comments. I do read and reply to them all. Alright, so getting into the packaging of the watch, you have a simple white sleeve with the Tissot logo on the top here. You have the barcode on the side with titanium black dial. And then you have basic radio information and computer information on the back, along with a barcode for the manual. And opening up the sleeve, Tissot logo on the top once again with red highlights, nice textured black box on the bottom. And you open it up, you get your watch and the paperwork, and putting the watch aside for a moment, you have detailed information as far as warranty and information on the watch and care and maintenance. You have the quick start guide, which has no wording in here. It's just basically an illustration on how to get started. Then you have the 2-year international warranty card. And going underneath the box, you have your charger. Works with magnets, of course. And the nice thing about it, it's got USB-C and USB. And there's what it looks like. And then, of course, got a tag on the watch and the watch itself. So the first time I heard about Tissot was in 2004 with the Tissot Hi-T Spot Watch. It featured a Microsoft information push system that died in 2008 and support for it ended in 2011. The original and very innovative T-Touch was introduced in 1999. I actually had one before I started doing these videos, and it was a really nice watch. Tissot was definitely ahead of their time with this line. It was kind of like a higher-end Casio Pro Trek with ABC functionality that you navigated using the touchscreen on the outside of the watch around the bezel. I first found out about the Tissot Solar Connect in a comment in another review. I hadn't even heard about the watch, so I did a quick search, and what I found was really interesting. Now, I'm sure Tissot was a little hesitant to move back to the smartwatch sector with something like Wear OS, so they developed their own smartwatch platform. So this should appeal to a lot of people because most of the negative feedback that I read in the comments section of the Tag Heuer connected watch with Wear OS was that it was made in China. This Solar Connect is made 100% in Switzerland, and that's from the ground up. Now, Apple's Watch OS and Google's Wear OS are good for 1 to 2 days of battery life. Tissot's Solar Connect is good for 6 months battery life, and it's charged through solar power on the top 3/4 of the screen, and you can charge it using the included charger. Now, to me, this is the beginning of something that could be revolutionary if Tissot markets this correctly. This is a brand new technology. Right now, at the time of the making of this video, it's available exclusively in Switzerland, and they're releasing it throughout Europe very soon, and it's not going to be widely available in the USA until summer of 2021. So the T-Touch Solar Connect is made of titanium. It's available in titanium bracelet, as I have here, or it's also got the silicone strap with the buckle. It's also available on black PVD with orange writing, and then gold PVD color as well. Now it features tactile scratch-resistant sapphire touchscreen crystal. It's got the signed crown with the 2 buttons to navigate the modes and the settings. And then in the back, you have the fiberglass reinforced plastic for charging through and Bluetooth reception. Now the ceramic bezel, it's non-moving with the compass markers on it. The bezel is ceramic, but it's not just for the look, but it's got function to it. The antenna sits below it. Now the Bluetooth type is not listed, but it does work with iPhone and Android. I am surprised that they went with the plastic back versus ceramic like the bezel or sapphire like what's used on other smartwatches. My experience with the distance from the phone so far to the watch is that you pretty much have to be in the same room. It loses connection after about 10 feet or so. Watch OS and Wear OS tend to keep their connection better because they connect to Wi-Fi when Bluetooth loses the connection. This really is a nice looking watch though. The bracelet, as you can see here, it's got the brushed look with the polished to fully polished inner links. And then of course you have the T for the Tissot on the clasp. It's got the push button open, and then it's also got the dive extension. Sizing is really easy. It uses the pin system, and of course you have the 2 micro adjustments here, so this way you can fine tune it. And links are very thin, so it's really easy to get the fine-tuned size that you're looking for your wrist. The watch is 100 meter water resistant. The size is 47.5 millimeters wide, 47.5 millimeters long, it's 15.3 millimeters thick, and the lugs are 23 millimeters for the straps. The analog hands move around the dial with the modes, or move out of the way when you're using the display, and the hands in the ceramic bezel have a nice bright lume, as you can see here. So setting up the watch is easy. The first thing you want to do is download the Tissot T-Connect app to your phone. You create an account, you build your profile, and then you connect to the watch. So getting the watch to wake up, all you have to do is press the button here. And when you first purchase it, you have to press it for 5 seconds to get it to start up. But once it's in sleep mode, all you have to do is push the button, and the hands in the second hand move right into action. And then, of course, you see the screen on the bottom. All right, so now I'm going to get into the settings and the modes of the watch. It's real easy to work with, so all you have to do to be able to get into them is you can navigate, of course, with the buttons, with the crown, and your finger and touching the screen, of course. So to start it off with, you press the button for 2 seconds, and it moves the hands out of the way so you have full access to the screen. And then what you're able to do is basically go around the screen and go to whatever mode you're looking to work with. So I'm going to start off here working in the timing section, and when I go into the timing section, it gives me the options of chronograph, stopwatch, of course, countdown timer, and alarm. So if I go into the chronograph, I press the button, and that gets me into the stopwatch area. So all I have to do to start it is press the top button to start it. I press the top button to stop it, and then I could reset it using the bottom button. And then if I wanted to get back, you just press the back button, and that brings you to go back into where I can choose the timer. I go into the timer, and to be able to set it, all I do is press the crown, and I could change it by the hour, press it again, I could change it by the minute, or the seconds. And once you have it set, you press the crown, and then you press the top button to get it started, press the top button again to stop it, and then of course you press the bottom button to reset it. And then you press the back button again, and now I can go into the alarm, and I press the crown, and I press the crown real quick, and it allows me to disable it, modify it, or delete it. So if I go into the modify, this is where I can get into the settings. So if I wanted to go into 6 o'clock a.m., so I press the crown, let's go to 6:30, press it again. And I could choose for it to go once on weekdays or all days, or I can personalize it. So if I just want to do weekdays, now it'll just go Monday to Friday. I can add alarm here. And now I could disable, modify, delete. We're good to go. I press the back button, and the alarm is set. So now I go into the navigation area, and that's my compass. So I press the confirm with the crown, and it moves nice and smooth with the action. If I press it, I could set the mode. So I can go into going with a map. I could calibrate it, or I can go into true north mode. And once I'm there, then I can get the actual degrees of what direction I'm going to. Now, Meteo is the weather portion. It's basically the barometer, the thermometer, and you'll see the reading. You'll see that the hands have moved to the right. That basically says that it's clear out. Now, if it starts to move to the left, that means that a storm is approaching. And if I wanted to back out, then I can go to the temperature. And the temperature is accurate when you take the watch off your wrist for a couple of minutes. It's maybe about 15 minutes. And you'll see what the accurate temperature reading is on the outside. So now I press the back button. And I can go into the activity. And the activity tracker is going to give me a step counter. And it's going to give me an altimeter reading. So what's nice is when you go into the application, it's going to give you your step counts, it's going to give you your calories burned, and then it'll also give you the altimeter readings, so how high I went if I was going hiking. So that's a nice feature. Unfortunately, there's no GPS, but they're saying that there's a possibility in a future firmware update that it could potentially work with the GPS on your smartphone. So now we go back and we go into the connected area, and the connected is going to give me my notifications. So I can go into my spam. It's the holiday time, so I'm getting tons of spam, but if I want to read a particular email or text, all I have to do is press it, and I can scroll down, read it, and then once I'm done, I can clear that out, and then it'll just have me go from one to the next until I have them all cleared out. And I press the back button again. I go into the touch area, and this is my settings screen. So I have a choice of the quick settings to turn on the Bluetooth, the vibration, the airplane mode. So then I go into the regular settings here, and this allows me to navigate through the deeper settings. So I can go into my connection, for instance, and I could set my alerts if I want them on or off. I could set if I want my notifications to go through. I can go into unpair the phone. Going into the system, this allows me to set the time. A password, which the password is a brutal setup. I think they definitely have to change something on that. You have to basically press sections of the screen, and it's 5 digits that you're working with. It's ridiculous. Then you have your sounds. So you have the different types of sounds that come out. Then you go into the vibrations, and you can set it through the mode. Turn it on or off. Validation is if you wanted to have it where every time you press something, you get that vibration to confirm that you pressed a button or that you're into a function. Or you could just turn the vibration mode off. Vibration is a little weak on this. I wish it was a little bit stronger, but it does the job. I can go into the units, so I could set, for instance, the height. I want it to go into feet or meters. Go into the weight, and I can go into pounds or kilograms. Temperature settings, so I can go into Fahrenheit or Celsius. Distance, so I can go into miles or kilometers. Speed, miles per hour or kilometers per hour. Elevation, feet or meters. Vertical speed, so that would be feet per minute or meters per minute. Pressure, which is barometric readings. And that's it there. You press back. You go into energy savings. So I could set auto sleep, enter in the sleep mode, eco mode. Or I could restore it to factory settings. And then I can go into the clock, and that'll take me back. I lock it back up, and then the time reading goes again. Now you'll also notice some little icons there on the screen, and I'll just give you a quick screenshot here. And as you see, this is what those icons represent. So that's it for the modes and the settings. All right, so now I'm going to walk you through the application. So what you want to do is either Android or iPhone, you want to download the T-Connect application. And once you open up that application, you'll see the little animation. It's going to take you through the sign-in, and once you're signed in, it's going to get you right into the main area. So you have what's called the dashboard. And right now, it's very limited. I'm sure that they're going to add more functionality to this moving forward. And as they do, I'll definitely do more videos. But to set the dashboard how you like it, what you do is press the top right hand of the screen, and it allows you to change it up to the activity tracker, the time zones, the alarms, whatever you want to work with first to second to third, and then, of course, a security lock. Once you're done, you press done, you X out, and now you have your dashboard to work with. So I'll go into the activity tracker, and it's going to give me the today information. So right now it's going to show me 38 steps, what my goal is, what my activity is, the distance, and the calories burned. So if I want to look at my history, I can look at today, I can look at by week or month, and I can go day by day, and it'll tell me what my activity is from one day to the next, how much activity I've had. So once I'm done with that area, I can go back into the dashboard. I go into my time zones, and then I have the choice on the time zones to either match my phone. I can go into a custom time zone, or I can go into the local time zone. And then, of course, I have my alarms that I can work with, so I can edit or I can add. So let's say I add an alarm, so I can set it up for 9:30 a.m. I can have it repeat once, weekdays, every day, or I can personalize it and have it go whatever days I want. And of course, you could set that from the watch as well. And then you can activate it or deactivate it once you're done. You press done, X out. Now I go into the watch function. Now on the bottom here I can press on the watch, and this is going to tell me what the time is on the watch. I can go into my time zones once again. I can go into the alarms. I can go into the chronograph area here, and it'll give me my records whenever I've used a stopwatch. And then I can go into that third area, and that's specifically for the activity. And then I can go into my settings, which there's not really a lot of settings to work with, but I have my user profile that you're going to set up front. I can go into my preferred times and formats, which I could do from the watch as well. And then I can go into the application, and it'll give me the application version, the Tissot website, the terms and conditions. I can go into my watch. I can check a firmware update. Right now I'm up to date. I have my move alerts. I could set what alerts and what alarms I want to go off. I have my watch sensors, and I could set those up as well. And that's the application. It's pretty easy to work with. All right, so to get you a wrist shot, the watch is big, but with the titanium metal, it's very light, and then with the curved lugs, it makes it wear a lot smaller than it actually is. Now, I have 7.5-inch wrists, so here is a wrist shot. And it's very comfortable to wear. All right, so now I'm going to give you a little comparison between other watches, so this way you can kind of give you an idea on the sizes here. So for instance, I'm going to bring out the 42mm Rolex Explorer 2, and as you can see, it is definitely much smaller than the T-Touch here, and the width obviously a lot smaller as well. Then we got the Batman Aqua Racer, and this one is 43mm. And this watch is a little bit bigger, so I would say it's a lot heavier as well. So this would be, if you're able to get away with the Aqua Racer, you should have no problem with the T-Touch. Getting into the smartwatch area here, you have the Apple Watch 44mm. That's of course from the corner to corner. Obviously the T-Touch is much larger than that. I'm going to say the watch that actually makes this look small is the H1000 Casio. This is 55mm. Much thicker, so if you can get away with wearing this, you could definitely have no problem wearing the T-Touch here. And then of course we have the GMW B5000, the titanium version, and this watch is 43mm as well. So that kind of gives you a size comparison, so if you're looking to try to figure out if it would fit you, if it might be too large, hopefully that helps. So the Tissot T-Touch Solar Connect is a great innovation. I love the concept of a smartwatch that could last 6 months on a single charge and deliver notifications and provide so much information. Unfortunately, the great battery does come with a trade-off. It's not the greatest for fitness. There's no heart rate sensor, no GPS function yet. Apparently, they're going to be working on something that'll work with your smartphone. There's also no microphone, so you can read notifications or see incoming calls, but you cannot respond directly on the watch. You cannot bring up the virtual assistants, and this watch is interactive with the touchscreen and navigating around, but built more for notification than communication. I like it though. I prefer the aspect of receiving the information that I need and responding on my phone when I'm able to. I do that 95% of the time on my Apple Watch anyway. I also like that I could travel and not have to worry about the battery dying or needing to pack another charger or cable. So Tissot is part of the Swatch Group who designed this new platform. They also have brands like Omega and Hamilton, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they integrate this technology into their other brands. So that's it for the Tissot T-Touch Solar Connect. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, please press the thumbs up, and if you really like it, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of future reviews. Please leave feedback and questions in the comment section. I do love hearing from you guys. And of course, you can find me on Twitter at DougFNJ, where I do announce new videos that I do. And you can also find me on a great website. It's called watchuseek.com. Great people, great discussion, great sales forum. I want to thank you so much again for your support. Have a great day and stay safe.